What is up, everybody? My name is Dave, and I am here with Bucky and Batman. I gave Ahmad a lot of different options, but he very biasedly accepted Batman, Bucky, of course, because he's been running it. But we are going to be running hard mode, which basically makes everything a one-hit kill. So without further ado, I'll just get started here. But how's everybody in chat? And we'll say 3, 2, 1, go. So to explain hard mode really quickly, basically what hard mode is it's an anti-piracy feature. You've probably seen this game a little bit when it comes to Ahmad running it. He basically took the record and he's been running it non-stop for a very long time now. Which has been really cool to see his progress. So hard mode is literally everything becomes a one-hit kill. Originally, it was an anti-piracy feature put in by Konami, and you'll probably see it at some point. I'll probably take a hit, probably. So we'll see here. But yeah, everything literally becomes a one-hit kill. It's a very cool way to play this game. It lends itself really well to speedrun. And oh, there you go. We literally fell on a random caterpillar. But it lends itself to the speedrun really well, because in a lot of spots in normal you have to like damage boost in like red and yellow to set up some death warps. You don't have to do that at all when it comes to hard mode Bucky. You just literally take a hit and then that's it. So if you've never seen Bucky before, I really feel, funny enough, on Ahmad's channel, like you've seen Bucky. Like a vast majority of people here watch Ahmad daily, and they have been watching Bucky daily for like 3 months. Like, what do I explain about Bucky that you would not know already? But if you're somehow unaware of this game, do the jump, coward. Do the jump. Okay, you know what? We'll do it. We'll try one more time. Chat called me out. We'll try. We'll try for KLM. We'll try for radio. Oh wait, we just immediately died here. Well, I hope you're happy. Okay, here we go. We'll see. There is a sub-pixel jump. I don't think we're gonna get it. I also think we just pushed our estimate a little bit behind taking that death, but we'll see if we can jump here. Literally dived into the water for you guys. So yeah, there's a sub-pixel jump right here. And you've definitely probably seen Ahmad do it multiple times before. So, can we get it? Oh, look at that! We're a god! Take that, KLM and radio. Alright, so, onward! Oh man, that's pretty incredible. So, we have Green Planet, and we're gonna exit Green Planet. And hopefully we don't die at the bottom of this waterfall. So yeah, this is actually probably one of the harder screens, like this little laser section. And we are going to be a little bit careful. There we go. And we're good. Yeah, you just gotta believe. So yeah, this dude takes 40 hits. He's not too bad, but the falling rocks on hard mode are a little bit annoying to deal with. Okay. So we're gonna enter Blue Planet here. We have Blinky. And the whole reason we pick up Blinky is because these ice blocks right there. Blinky is apparently the only person in this universe, thank you, that can destroy the ice blocks. And we enter Blue Planet because we need to rescue Jenny. Yo, what's up, Retro Runner? And that's where the commentary is probably only gonna get worse for you. I've had a busy day on Twitch. Like, usually I don't have a really busy day like this. We've actually participated in a lot of stuff today. So this is the tail end, and I feel like I'm running out of mental energy. But we're entering the Blue Planet Iceberg. The Blue Planet Iceberg is probably one of the roughest things at any given time in hard mode. If you can beat the Blue Planet Iceberg, you can beat the rest of this run. But it is absolutely difficult, so hopefully we can get through in one go. What ends up being awful about the Blue Planet Iceberg is all of these toads are essentially random if you start killing them at weird intervals. You basically have like a 50-second auto-scroller, and from the left and right, this toad ship thing destroys everything. And... okay, one second. It's not too bad, the patterns that I'm getting, so I think we should be able to leave, hopefully. Okay, we're good. So, first try Iceberg, I'll take that. That's easily, I think, in my opinion, the hardest part of the speedrun. If the mods feel like it, you should definitely shout out Retro Runner as well. He's a fellow Buckier. He has a pretty good time in Bucky normal. And yeah, so we're entering the Gator. I have to remember from earlier, there's some hard mode strats. So like, a mod accepted hard mode, which, okay. I was gonna say, a mod accepted hard mode, and we've both been grinding normal. So it's a little bit of a mind warp to go back to like hard mode strats. So I think everybody is like extremely familiar with the Gator at this point if you've been watching a mod's channel at all. This Gator requires no mashing, as a mod has said multiple times before. In reality, it requires a huge shit ton of mashing. You have to spam 160 bullets on the alligator to kill the alligator. And we rescue Jenny, and that's it. So we're moving on to the red planet. So the difference, yeah, in this game, there's no mashing. The difference in this, the hard mode category is everything, as I said, kills you in a hit. So we don't have to worry about setting up for the death warp in red planet or yellow planet. There's a death warp in yellow planet and red planet that you can go for, which saves a huge amount of time and is honestly really scary in both kind of like levels to go for and mess up. One sec here, this jump sucks. Oh, Jenny! It didn't work. But so yeah, the planet death warps, they save a whole lot of time because the way that they work is if you end up dying on... Wait, I can't talk and do this one section. I literally cannot talk and try to do that one strat. If I fail this again, we're just gonna like shoot the toad and like move the boulder manually. But my brain just cannot function on that one section, it's impossible. Okay, there we go. Much harder to do that in hard mode. If you take a shot by accident in normal, it doesn't matter because you can just use it to set up the death warp, but that's a particularly nasty strat I feel in hard mode because as soon as you jump up there and you make a mistake, the toad's just gonna shoot you anyway. But as I was gonna say, the hard mode version of the death warp is really awkward to set up, I think, in red planet for the most part, because if you fail, it's not a good time. And I have to, like, I like that technically a mod accepted hard mode. Again, I have to really rewire my brain for some of these screens, because like some of these screens I'm taking a massive amount of damage in normal mode now. But I don't even think about like the hard mode strat anymore because I've been running normal mode more often than hard mode. There was a time where that was not true. I ran hard mode more, but... So yeah, we climb up here. There's gonna be a... Okay, there's gonna be, I was gonna say, a toad in my face there, but apparently not. There's gonna be a toad as soon as I jump here, and some of these toads can immediately shoot you when you scale up here. So you gotta be a little bit careful. And I don't know what I was saying earlier. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like I actually am a little bit tired right now. But the red planet death warp is not that bad to set up, because if you mess it up, realistically you have another chance to do it. In yellow planet, you do not. You actually get skipped ahead, and it's extremely difficult to set up the death warp again. So we use Jenny because she has like massive amount of damage. She does a huge amount of damage. There's absolutely no way that like anybody can compete with her for the damage output. And I have to remember and remind myself, entering yellow planet, there is a really weird jump at the very beginning that you don't have to worry about in normal. So we switch to Blinky and we bump on that crater like for frames. Because bumping on that crater allows us to spawn 2 of these worms, which of course now we're gonna not do. But you spawn 2 of these worms. Okay, now we're gonna spawn 3 because we wasted frames. So this guy that normally doesn't spawn is spawning now. And the whole reason that we bumped that crater is to avoid that, because this 3rd bullet on the 3rd worm that's going to spawn now is going to be super awkward to the point that we're gonna have to like jump over the screen like that. So entering this screen, we have to switch characters a bunch of times to not get killed. And in my opinion, this is one of the cooler screens where you utilize all the different characters to get through something. But unfortunately, you don't do that very often in the speedrun, so... Oh, I'm gonna die. Yeah, I wasn't quick enough. So this strat in particular is even harder now in hard mode. A mod actually thought of this strat, like standing over on the table thing here, or the platform. Okay, that's good enough. Uh-oh, I don't know how to... What are a mod's hotkeys for the Derpathon thing? I don't know how to unpause the timer. Help Carter! Wait. I have a little bit of time. We could say settings. Pause is number pad 5. Uh-oh. Okay, pause can be P. I'll change it quickly. Undo split is number pad 6. Like, okay, Ahmad. Alright. Okay, undo split, we'll say U. There we go. We got a timer again. We're good. Like, you basically have to hit the whole keyboard. That was actually one thing that I didn't check, was like the split things in case I hit something. So we're entering the cell. All of our dudes got kidnapped again. We need to come and get them back. I don't know why they got kidnapped again. I guess like the toad that we're trying to kill is actually evil. And the whole like the weird thing about hard mode is, especially if you've been watching a mod, you know, like these last 2 months, like grind down normal, there are a few screens that you have to do differently because you can't damage boost, and they mainly, for the most part, come in like escape. Especially this kill right here, like you can't damage boost on the way down. Jumping over that laser is like a 3-frame window, or I think it is a 3-frame window. And you have to dodge her bullet thing coming up here as well, and hide in the corner. But like for the most part, hard mode lends itself really well to... Wow, that was a weird kill. Hard mode lends itself really well to normal, in the sense like you can basically go backwards. Yeah, destroy the air marshal. And yeah, I swear, this might be some of the worst commentary I've ever done on a Bucky run. So I hope you enjoy the massling incoherent mess I think that I have right now. The massive incoherent mess. So, I feel like I'm just rambling. Like... Oh man, I think we hit my limit for commentary today. So anyway, we have Willy. Everybody knows who Willy is. He's the nerd that Ahmad has screamed nerd at like 100 times in a row. Ahmad really needs nerd merchandise. Right? He's got to make it a reality. Okay. Yeah, your peak commentary. Definitely the best commentary I've ever done. You know what? That's actually not true. One of the events that my girlfriend and I held, someone canceled immediately for the commentary. Wait. And it was Mega Man X3. And out of desperation, they asked me if I could commentate Mega Man X3. I don't know anything about Mega Man X3. And the entire time that I did commentary for that is probably still better than this one, so there's at least that. But yeah, so this is an auto-scroller. Radio's a liar. It was actually probably one of the worst times. Dr. Derpler. Alright, I'll try to remember that for next time if I'm suddenly pulled into X3 commentary. But yeah, we're in this auto-scrolling section. This is pretty easy to do. There's like a 3-pixel window to stand here. And you don't really have to move until you start to see kind of like these spikes above your head. Otherwise you're safe. And there we go. Yes, I will provide commentary for everybody's run or appointments. Everything. I will be the inner monologue of you. Varying quality. You either get expert commentary or like rambling, incoherent mess like right now. But yeah, we had a lot of things to do in the last couple of days on Twitch, so it's been a lot more than normal. So we're approaching anyway the end of this auto-scroller, which is one of the only unskippable auto-scrollers in Bucky, which is like the sad part. You can skip the main thing about, like the death warps from before, if you've never seen them somehow, is they skip auto-scrolling sections. So they actually cumulatively save like 4 minutes or something like that between going for both death warps. One of the only places that you can't skip is literally this section with the elevator. I'm surprised I got that. Okay, we'll just 100% commentate everybody for everything. The DMV. Honestly, I can believe it. So we're entering salvage. And sure, Luca, you can do that. We're entering salvage. Salvage plays out the same for the most part, minus one screen when it comes to hard mode. It's one of the few levels that's almost like a one-to-one replica, like a one-to-one mirror. You don't have to change much. The only thing, I guess you change this jump as well, because you can't damage boost through that one toad, frog, whatever it is. So you have to just jump over him. But for the most part, doing this on hard mode is actually one of the few kind of like, it's the same basically. Oops, I guess like the one difference is this screen as well. You really don't want to, wait, this is impossible to talk through. In normal, you can take a bunch of damage on these bugs. There's a very specific bug that we're going to be looking for, and he's in the top right corner of your screen. He's going to be green and he spawns right there. So the bug on the far right corner, as soon as he hits like that platform going down, that makes this area safe so we can exit without getting killed by any other bugs. That's the old Callum way to do that. I don't know if there's like technically, I don't know if there's technically a faster way. I think what? Why did he fly so high? That was awkward. I've never seen that before. Oh my goodness, slugs. Get out of here. Okay. Rocky. I think I give up, man. Who the hell is Rocky? I think I'm done. Alright, Blinky flying a rocket. That's all we're talking about. That's all I'm trying to say. But my brain is just like, it's over, man. It's so over. Alright, here's Rocky again. And we have a 1-frame window, which, okay, it doesn't even matter. Here we go. So, salvage went okay for the most part. And we're going to enter easily the worst level, both in hard mode, both in normal, and magma. Magma is impossible. I don't know, Nublar. I have no idea. Okay, so we have Bucky, who's not named Rocky. And yeah, this is one of the hardest levels. Okay, sure. This is one of the hardest levels by far, I think, when it comes to Bucky in general. I'm sure you've seen Ahmad lose tons of paces here, and it is accurate. So what changes between normal and hard mode in these screens is you can't damage boost through any of the lasers. Normally there's a heart that you can get right here, but obviously that doesn't mean anything to us in hard mode. And there's a screen coming up that's a little bit particularly scary for hard mode because there's a jump that we'll go for. It doesn't even matter at this point. But technically the jump itself is like a 2-pixel window. And we actually got it. So there you go. We jumped over that guy. We can save a little bit of time in hard mode doing that. But it's terrifying to do on like an actual good pace. Otherwise, you can just like plow through all of these enemies. In normal mode, you don't have to think about it. But in hard mode, you actually do have to dodge all of those enemies because you obviously can't take any damage boosts or any hits like that. So coming up here, we have a terrifying jump, which whatever, we didn't make that. And this section here is like probably one of the harder sections in hard mode. You absolutely, for the most part, okay, I got lucky. Each one of those shots is I think like a 2-frame window, and you really need to shoot the enemies before the first kind of like rotation, because if you don't, you're almost certainly going to get killed in the first and fourth screen. The second and third screen don't matter very much. They're pretty safe in terms of the bullets, but like these other 2 screens, you really need to shoot those 2 toads, otherwise you automatically get shot during the next rotation. And it's funny because you can tell Ahmad learned that from hard mode, because in normal you don't have to do any of that stuff. So these guys, I'm gonna get shot here. Okay, I got lucky. They drop from the screen and they track your Y axis. So they're also based on a stage timer, which is super annoying to deal with, depending on how fast you get here. The toads usually spawn on top of you. The third guy here, oh, okay, he can spawn behind you like that. And we use Willy to destroy that one turret, and then we go like this and send the ball flying the other way apparently. So this boss is particularly really annoying, both on hard mode, both on normal, because it's also on a stage timer. If you get here on a relatively fast pace, you usually get a top shot. If you get here slower, you get a bottom shot, and that matters a huge amount on hard mode. It still matters on normal because you can get like shot out of the ball. If Jenny ever takes damage when she's charging the ball, like the animation just gets cancelled. So on hard mode that just kills you, which obviously you need to refight the entire boss fight, which is always great. But in normal mode it cancels her attack, which is still really great. And we are entering Escape. So we're on the final level. It's probably one of the scariest sections, I think, when it comes to the difference between hard mode and normal. I know, you know, a lot of speedrunners don't like that word free. I honestly do think borderline escape on normal is free. Like, you really don't have to do almost anything. You can, there's, like, count the hearts. There's like 17 hearts that the game gives you. Like, the game really wants you to be at full health here. So you have tons of chances to refill your life. And in hard mode, you have to very carefully maneuver through all of this stuff and not take any damage, obviously. But the scary part about that first screen is the check mark, or the checkpoint, sorry, comes like a minute and 30 seconds in, a minute and 40 seconds in. So the very last plume of smoke before the section with these glass tubes is the checkpoint. If you die at any point in time before that, you essentially start the stage over. So it is probably one of the worst deaths that you can take in hard mode. You'll probably never experience that death in normal. As I said, like there's hearts everywhere. It's really, really difficult unless you instant death and like kill yourself in that kind of way to ever experience that death. What is also borderline free is this. Okay, not that part apparently. What's also borderline free, I was gonna say in normal, was the head boss that was coming up. But for whatever reason I switched to Willy and he shouldn't have been out there. So the head boss that's coming up in normal is borderline free, I would say. It's a little bit tricky to get like the 7-frame window, but there's a pretty good setup for it. This though is probably the scariest part of the hard mode run because this boss is like super unpredictable, and it starts being unpredictable in when you kill it, because the head flying off here is a 50-50 chance of going high or low. You can't control if it's going to go high or low. It's based on obviously like the damage that you're doing here, and depending if it goes high or low, the shots that it's going to be on screen is 3, sorry. So it's going to shoot 3 bullets at any given time. There can be 3 bullets on screen, and as soon as a bullet leaves the screen, like it leaves your peripheral, then another bullet spawns. So you really have to keep track of all the bullets like that and kill it in a fast way, because if you don't kill it in a fast way, you actually lose a frame rule here, and you lose another like 4.5 seconds. But getting the frame rule on hard mode is borderline almost impossible, because it does, I wouldn't necessarily require damage boosts, but in normal it's a lot easier to make that frame rule and not miss it. But it's a lot harder in obviously, what do you call it, hard mode to do that. What's up, Kim Kong, base guy? So this is the ship. This is also an extremely scary section when it comes to hard mode. Definitely in normal, it's a lot easier to deal with this ship because you don't have to worry about your health. You can just tank all the lasers. This one, you cannot. You have to very meticulously line yourself up. And we did get it. And then you have to dodge all these shots. And that's a 2-pixel window to both kind of like slide into, but at the same time move up and down and not get killed. Hey, we're past the estimate because we went for that jump. Maybe. And then there's a bunch of terrible things that happen in this run, but we went back for the sub-pixel jump. So in hard mode, we want to line ourselves up with this heart. That allows us to start the boss fight without actually taking damage from this guy's like helmet hat thing. And we're going to switch between Bucky and Willy for the final kill here. And we can manipulate these like green rocket things that he's throwing around. They're not too bad to deal with. But yeah, this is the slower version of the hard mode kill. Callum has like some crazy version, but 2758. That was honestly okay for the deaths that we took. But the commentary for this is absolutely cursed. That might have been the worst commentary I think that I've ever done in a live run or marathon or anything ever. So, this was so bad. If you understood anything about the run, congratulations. If you didn't understand anything about the run, congratulations. I don't think I was coherent at all there. It was pretty rough. But oh boy. So yeah, we can... Exactly, you know, like I don't call people cowards when they're doing their runs. So we have Batman. I don't know how you want to do that, Carter. I can hear you if you want to talk in waiting. Otherwise, I can just switch immediately.